I have to do it all right now. I have to. Because if I don't do everything right now, then something bad is going to happen. If I don't accomplish all the things that I set out to accomplish today, then I failed. If I don't do all the things that came to mind today, then that means that I'm going to miss out on opportunities for tomorrow. It's crazy reflecting and replaying these type of thoughts to myself again. It's crazy to hear this when I'm self-reflecting. This is how I used to think. This is the way that I viewed pace. I viewed pace as basically being non existent. I thought that if you paced yourself, that means that you're delaying yourself. You're delaying whatever it is that you're trying to call into yourself. Speaking on manifestation terms, anything that you want or you desire. I thought that you pacing yourself means that you're delaying the process. So sitting here today in my present version of myself, it sounds crazy. It sounds bonkers. But of course, I send love to that version of myself, my past self. So pace, right? I, as you can see, had a very unhealthy relationship with pace. I really didn't know too much about it. It was very unfamiliar to me in my reality, especially when I was just surviving and not living. You know what I'm saying? So, but the way that I've been introduced to pace is through burnout. It's crazy. I've been introduced to pace through burnout. And what I mean by that is, like I just mentioned at the beginning, I will feel as though I have to set out to do all the things that needs to be done in my life. Even the most complicated things, even the most um things that can wait, even the things that can wait, even the things that you know, gives you its full permission to take your time with. You know what I'm saying? Projects, goals. You know what I'm saying? It don't necessarily just have to be a tangible thing, or it don't necessarily have to be a to-do list of things. It can be an array of things that I would try to squeeze into just 24 hours trying to accomplish. And what started to happen was burnout. I would try to get as much as I can done, thinking that that means that I am being productive, thinking that that means I am achieving my goals, thinking that I am doing something very good by running myself ragged. So it wasn't until I kept experiencing exhaustion, me doing all these things throughout the day, and then me realizing that I don't even have an ounce, a piece, a dose of devotion to give to myself. I've been so focused on trying to do all these things that I don't necessarily have to do all at once. And so I will be burnt out. And me being burnt out, me being exhausted will make me feel even worse because I'm like, okay, if I thought that pace was going to be delaying this, exhaustion, burnout is what delays my manifestations, what delays the things that I'm trying to change in my reality. So the way that I got introduced to pace wasn't, "Hi, how you doing? I'm Pace. Nice to meet you." It was very much so coming from a place of I have to change something. I have to make a choice. I have to make a decision. Do I want to keep trying to squeeze everything all into a 24-hour time period with the thought of feeling accomplished or feeling productive? Or do I want to take my darn time, pace myself, and then still have energy, still have, you know, the time and the essence to give to myself and the ones that I love? So that's how I was introduced to pace. It wasn't because it's something that I chose to do. It was because I had to make a choice. Do I want to continuously be tired all the time? Or do I want to make this shit look real cute? Excuse my language. Passionate, honey. I want to keep this love of grace to me. And I feel like me feeling as though I have to pack everything all into one, that actually goes against the life that I'm calling in. I want to be a wealthy woman. I am a wealthy woman. I'm claiming my rich, wealthy self. The version of me that has all the things that I truly desire. And I can guarantee you, if I was to sit down with her and ask her, how do you deal with, getting things done? I'm pretty sure she's going to say that I do it very intentionally and I do it very regulated and I do it with pace because I understand that there's always tomorrow. I understand that I don't have to always squeeze everything into one day. And I also understand that Rome was not built in a day. I'm pretty sure that's how that conversation will go because I am that version. I am my highest version and I am living my highest version. So, you know, I had to view pace differently because I was different. See, I will push pace off in the past. Whatever. I don't want to hear that. I'm trying to get this done. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this done. I'm trying to be accomplishing things. I'm trying to be productive. I'm trying to actually feel like I'm doing something. I'm not just sitting around. I'm not being lazy. I'm not just watching life pass me by. I have some type of control over my reality. Those are the things I would feed myself. And don't get me wrong, those things still very much so apply in my life, but the way that I view it is very different. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm calling things into my life, just because I want to change and shift my reality, does not mean I have to do it all in one day. Does not mean that I have to squeeze all the things that I need to do in one day, and it does not mean that I always have to be doing all the time. So I thank Burnout for introducing me to pace, because now that I apply pace to my life, I make this choice and decision every day. You know how you prioritize when you're on a budget and you prioritize the things that you need versus things that you want? It's pretty much the same type of method, except it comes with my energy. You know what I'm saying? My presence and my essence. You know what I'm saying? Because me doing anything that's on a to-do list, doing anything that is heading towards any goals that I have set, any manifestations that I'm calling forward, anything of that nature, burped confirmation. Excuse me. But anything that, you know what I'm saying, takes energy from me, I want to prioritize that, because now I know that my energy is valuable. Now I see the value in me. Before I thought, okay, it's not costing me nothing. It's not costing me nothing to run myself ragged. It's not costing me nothing for me to burn myself out. I know that's crazy because that's what it cost me. But, at the time I thought because it didn't cost me anything tangible, that it wasn't costing me at all. And that was not the case. So I'm so grateful to have peace in my life now, because I get to make a choice. Do I want to record today, or do I want to make today about self care? You know what I'm saying? And then if I choose not to record today, then I will always reaffirm myself that, baby girl, it's always tomorrow. It's always tomorrow. We always claiming tomorrows. All that, you don't know if tomorrow, I'm claiming tomorrow. There's always tomorrows. You know what I'm saying? So step by step, brick by brick. And plus, one thing that I realize now that I move with pace is that the things that you are building, the things that you are creating, and anything that you put your energy towards is long lasting. When you burn yourself out, when you're doing things, trying to squeeze everything and compact all the things that you're trying to do and accomplish, because you're met with burnt out midway, it does something to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say the things that you've done won't last, but I will say that it's not going to be as healthy and as light, and it's not going to have so much ease behind it as it will if you pace yourself. I used to hate hearing that. Take your time. What you mean take my time? Time is steady ticking. Why would I take my time? But then I understand when then I started to recognize and realize within myself that I am time. I move on my own time. I don't have to do what was going on outside. I don't have to do what everybody else is doing. I don't have to move on the same time everybody else is moving on. I don't have to do that. This reality is my oyster. I get to do whatever I please. The sky is the limit and then some. So, it's just, man, the mindset shift, just the way that I view pace, the way that I view getting things done, the way that I view my goals, the way that I view, excuse me, the way that I view building my reality. It's completely different. At one point in time, I felt like the rabbit off of Alice in Wonderland. Like, I have to do it. I have to do it. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. You know how that rabbit was just always on the go. I never seen him slow down. That's how I felt. I felt like if I slowed down, even just to take a rest that I don't have to ask permission for, I don't have to have a reason to rest. But even when it came down to resting, it was like my mind was still wondering. I still was doing. It's like I couldn't even rest. Now I'm going to make myself rest, even if that means shutting off social media, phones, technologies, and just laying in the bed, stand up at the ceiling for 10 minutes. I'm going to make myself rest. I'm going to hijack my mindset. So all that, them thoughts that's coming to my mind telling me, oh, we can push it off. We can push it off. Oh, we can rest when we're done. Let's get this done. A few more things to do. Da, 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 da. Steady trying to push me. I'm going to hijack that. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, slick. We about to rest. So all this other stuff can wait until we're done. And that's how I handle myself now with love, of course. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that I stay on my own case like that. You know what I'm saying? But man, pace is a mug. Pacing myself really makes me acknowledge the things that I would basically ignore. Like I said, like resting. Like I didn't realize that I was ignoring resting until it was time for me to slow down. Then I realized how tired I am, how exhausted, how burnt out I am when I actually slow my body down. Oh my God, I'm tired. I don't even know how I'm gonna do it tomorrow, and that's what messes up my consistency. You see, when I'm trying to impact everything into one day, and I experience burnout, then tomorrow it's gonna be like my nervous system is gonna be very, you know, what I'm saying, hyper vigilant when it comes to me repeating that again because it knows what it did to my body. You know what I'm saying? Whereas now, not only do I, my future self, my present self, and my past self appreciate me pacing myself, but my body appreciates it. My mind appreciate me pacing myself. It's all excuse me harmonious thing. Excuse me. It's a all harmonious thing, a very beautiful balance. It's crazy. Pace is my friend. Pace is not a choice anymore. It is something that is mandatory in my reality. I can't play around with pace anymore. I can't treat it like it's just a second thought. I can't backburn pace anymore because I understand that it brings so much value into my reality and not just monetarily. It brings so much to my reality valuably when it comes to my body, when it comes to my health, my mental health, my physical health. I'm not as tired anymore. I'm excited to show up for myself the next day. I don't dread it. I know me and you, Pace, have not met from a positive place, but I cannot picture my life without you in it, Pace. Yeah, Pace had came and switched up the game for your girl. Wow.